The reality is, even though the Conservatives, just to stress this and make it very clear, won the Spanish election both on seats and votes, they do not have a majority to be able to govern at this point. And that is all that matters in Spanish politics. You need to get to that magical number of 176 seats. At this point, even if they were to go into a coalition government with Vox, remember, by many, this is a far-right party. Vox will say they're just patriots, but however, yesterday we saw that there is still a strong number of Spanish voters, who will show up and vote to stop that from happening, to prevent a coalition with a party they perceive as being far-right. They would still not get to that majority. Of course, that means that for the caretaker Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, and this was a huge gamble what he did last night. It was all or nothing, really, for the socialist candidate. He is still in the game. He is second, however, but when you look at the entire map, there is a way that he could form an alternative majority. Now, none of these scenarios are easy. If you ask me who's going to be the next Prime Minister in this country, it is very unclear, and it could be that neither of them are able to form a government in the next weeks to come. So this Monday morning in Spain, we have a lot more questions than answers.
Maria, good morning. It's very uncertain who will be Prime Minister. It might take a number of weeks. Tell us what happens next in this process.
Yeah, and again, what matters really is a majority. Winning is not enough. The way it works is that a candidate, and presumably this will be the head of the Conservatives, Partido Popular, he already indicated that he will try to form a government yesterday night. He will need that majority, as I mentioned, 176 seats. If he doesn't get that in a first round of votes, you go into a second one where you need more votes in favor than against. Also, at that point, abstentions become clear. But even at that point, it is not clear the Conservatives would get to more yeses than no. In that space, in that window, that is where the socialists spot potentially a window of opportunity. Having said that, I do have to say over the past, 10 hours, I've had a growing number of people that now tell me what they see essentially, and these are insiders of Spanish politics, that they see is real deadlock for many weeks to come and potentially now a repeat election. So there is a strong chance, and in a few months from now, I will be in this exact same spot talking about a new election in Spain. Now, the other big question is, how will this affect the economy? Now, there are a number of analysts and strategists who suggest this is the worst outcome for the economy because it is inconclusive. But I would note a lot of the work that is being done with Brussels for the cash out of the recovery fund is done by a technical team, not really the politicians. And for the time being, the economy minister, Nadia Calviño, who's a real Brussels insider, would stay. So fundamentally, not a lot would change behind the scenes.